Okay. More damaging to liberty, John Maynard Keynes or Alan Dershowitz?
Oh, Keynes, by far.
Keynes by far, right?
Yeah. Keynes just destroyed the monetary economic system with his ideas. And Dershowitz does have some redeeming characteristics in terms of civil liberties. So I don't see any redeeming characteristics with respect to Keynes.
But now it's time for something I call silly questions. I'm going to fire out 5 questions at you. There's no right or wrong answers, and answer them any way you like. Who would you say has been the most calamitous president in U.S. history, and why?
I think it would be a close call. Well, let me settle on Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin Roosevelt.
Yeah, Roosevelt converted America's economic system to a welfare state, which has been calamitous. It was just one of the worst things. It's not as bad as the conversion to a national security state, but it comes close. Not to mention the fact, as I mentioned earlier, that he converted America's monetary system to a paper money standard, which has been disastrous.
Absolutely. I like that answer. What is your favorite recreational activity? Not on the campaign trail. How do you unwind?
Well, I'm a duplicate bridge player. And,
okay.
That's my passion for hobbies.
There you go.
I love playing bridge. I think it's the greatest card game ever invented.
Fair enough. If you could have a drink with anyone, dead or alive in history, who would it be?
I would say, I think Ludwig von Mises. He's, for your viewers that don't know Mises, he was the greatest economist who's ever lived. Just total principled, uncompromising. And he really has been a powerful influence in my economic thinking in terms of favoring a free market way of life.
That's fair enough. Mises is a good thing. I thought you might have gone with either Friedman or Rothbard. Maybe Rothbard would have been a better time with a drink in his hand. I don't know, but
well, Rothbard was an anarchist, and I'm a minarchist. I mean, I believe in limited government. He believed in no government. And Friedman, the whole Chicago school of reform. Friedman has played a big role in my intellectual development, and I actually met Friedman a couple of times, and just the nicest guy you'd ever meet. He was so pleasant at conversing with me. He treated me like I was like somebody. It was really amazing. He's just a great guy. But he did not have the impact on me because he advocated things that are just reforms, like school vouchers. This is just a socialist program. And I took him to task on this in an article. I said, this is just another socialist program. And he actually addressed my point in a speech he delivered. I was like, wow, I got a Nobel Prize winner addressing my critique of vouchers.
I was going to say, if you're going to get scolded by anyone in your lifetime, it might as well be Milton Friedman, right?
Exactly.
Okay. More damaging to liberty, John Maynard Keynes or Alan Dershowitz?
Oh, Keynes, by far.
Keynes by far, right?
Yeah. Keynes just destroyed the monetary economic system with his ideas. And Dershowitz does have some redeeming characteristics in terms of civil liberties. So I don't see any redeeming characteristics with respect to Keynes.
With respect to Keynes. Supposedly on his deathbed, he was ready to go back on his economic theories, but he died before. This is according to Hayek and Friedman, I think. His general consumption theory, he was ready to refute that, and then he died in the middle of his lecture tour before he could do it. But supposedly they found the notes in the margins of his notes or something like that. But very interesting story there. Again, maybe apocryphal. I'm not 100% sure. And last but not least, do you have a favorite sport?
The spectator sport where I watch it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Baseball. I love baseball. I played Little League when I was a kid. It wasn't that great, but I watched Ken Burns's documentary on baseball many years ago, or something, but I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, and I fell in love with baseball again. So I love baseball.
That was a very uplifting documentary for those of us who have grown jaded with baseball over the years. Do you have a favorite team?
Washington Nationals, of course.
Nationals.
And I was a partial season ticket holder. I gave it up later, but when during the World Series. I actually went to one of the World Series games with the Astros, and of course we lost it because they lost all the home games. Both teams did, but at least I was there.
But as a Texan, were you really upset that the Astros won?
No, I was conflicted because my team when I was a kid was the Astros. I mean, I would stay up late at night listening to the Astros games on radio. And I went to an Astros game in the old Astrodome. So, yeah, I had conflicted feelings.
There